Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. I do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. So, listen, you guys, I like the conversation in the comment section on the video I did about the Mommy Club. So, listen, you guys, I guess the conversation is interesting for me about the whole thing of dating married men because I just feel like something that can be so obvious to one person might not be so obvious to other people. Because I just feel like for me, the question of dating married men is just like so obviously or wrong for me. It's like, yeah, dating married men is wrong. You might do it, but it's still wrong. But I guess for other people, it's different. It's like cheating. Cheating is wrong. The fact that there are so many people that do it doesn't make it right. You know, it is still wrong. There are so many people that are cheating, but it's wrong. That's why even for people that date married men, it's wrong, even though there are so many people that do it. So we can't say, but so many people are doing it, so it's right. That doesn't make sense. So for me, it's obvious. So I'm surprised by the fact that it's not that obvious for other people. Okay. So now the question that is coming up in the comment section of that video that I did is people saying, why are we only talking about the ladies that are dating married men? Why are we not talking about men that are dating the ladies? It's because it's the Mommy Club. The conversation started because the video was about the show, the Mommy Club. The show is not the Daddy Club. It's about the ladies. It's about one lady from the show, the Mommy Club, that is dating a married man. She said it herself. We don't even know the guy that she's dating. She confessed to the ladies that she is dating a married man. So that is what started the conversation. So it's the Mommy Club. The conversation is about a mommy that is dating a married man, and the mommies are supporting her, and one mommy was the one that was against her dating a married man, and us other mommies were saying she is right by saying the mommy is wrong for dating a married man, and other mommies were saying she's wrong, and other mommies were taking the other side. So that's why it was focused on the ladies, because we are reviewing the show, the Mommy Club. Maybe one day when we have a show called the Daddy Club, we will talk about the man that is cheating. But even that, you guys, that is so obviously true. You can't coming into the comment section and say, why are you not talking about a man that is cheating? But that is obvious. Cheating is wrong. Do we even need to discuss the fact that cheating is wrong? Because if the question is cheating wrong? It is wrong, obviously. Do we need to discuss such things? Cheating is wrong. Dating a married man is wrong. Stealing is wrong. Killing is wrong. You understand? Driving on the right side of the road in South Africa is wrong. You understand what I mean? Things like that, You understand what I mean? Taking something that doesn't belong to you is wrong. You understand what I mean? Not paying tax is wrong. Things like that, I guess some things are not as obvious, But the reason we are focused on the lady is because we are reviewing the show, the Mommy Club. It's focused on the ladies, It's not so focused on what the guys are doing. But even if it was focused on the guys, it will still be obvious, because obviously, if that man is married, obviously it's wrong for him to be dating anybody other than his wife. Okay. And I don't think that man, whoever he is had any intention of taking his Tembo, because if he did, then they would be married with Peladi. But Peladi is now claiming that they are no longer together. So where is Tembo that she was talking about? You understand what I'm saying? Now somebody was saying one day the side chicks are going to humble Mrs. J. Now, even if one day the side chicks humble Mrs. J, humbling Mrs. J, I guess for other people mean that one day the side chick will date Mrs. J's husband. That would be, I guess that's what young people describe as humbling somebody, when you date their husband. Because then if their husband end up dating a side chick and marrying the side chick, you are actually taking a cheater from somebody, because that would mean that Mrs. J's husband is a cheater if that happens, ever. If that ever happens, because we haven't seen anything about Mrs. J's husband being a cheater. There's nothing like that we've ever heard or seen. If that ever happens, that would mean that he's a cheater. So that girl will be taking a cheater away from Mrs. J, which would not be a bad thing for Mrs. J. So somebody was saying the side chicks will humble Mrs. J. Okay. But even if a side chick one day humbles Mrs. J, dating a married man will still be wrong. Even if a side chick humbles Mrs. J and dates her man and marries her man for 100 years and they stay together for 100 years, dating a married man will still be wrong. So there's never going to be a time where we will be like, hi guys, we are born again now. Civil rights. It will still be wrong even then. It's not like we will change. So the thing of wanting to, if you think when it's right, say what I think it's right because of this. But the thing of wanting people to convert people to think what it's right, that's the thing that I am against. Why do you want people to say it's right just because whether you are doing it? People should be allowed to say what is wrong. If you say whether it's right, okay, it's right, but I'm saying it's wrong. Shouldn't we be allowed to say it? Because the reasons that people are giving to say that it's right, it's just stupid reason. Like the one that I was mentioning where Uvi was saying, as long as you don't call. What kind of nonsense is that, And also, you guys, if really honestly, Upelade is saying there's nothing wrong with dating a married man, why is she bothered by Mrs. J talking about it? Because if it's right, then she should just own it. The fact that she is bothered by it means that even she knows that it's wrong. Because after Mrs. J talked about it, she changed from saying she dated a married man. She was like, no, I'm not dating him now. I used to date him. She changed. And then she also says, you don't know the circumstances surrounding us dating. Well, give us the circumstances so that we can understand, because we don't understand. Because she could just own it. Yeah, I dated a married man. What's wrong with that? Because I guess they are trying to convince Mrs. J that there is nothing wrong with her dating a married man. I guess that's the whole thing that they are trying to say. Mrs. J, what's wrong with dating a married man? I guess that's the thing. So why is she bothered by Mrs. J talking about it? If you spoke about me being in the relationship that I'm in, there's nothing wrong with me being in the relationship that I'm in. Like if you talk about my relationship, oh, Dando is in a relationship. Dando is waiting for her husband to fetch her from work. Like, why would I be bothered by that? Like, yeah, I'm in a relationship that I'm in. But if I was in a relationship with a man that I should not be in a relationship with, and I heard that people were talking about it, I'm going to be bothered, because I think that I should not be in that relationship. The fact that she is bothered, even she thinks that she should not be in that relationship, and she knows it. Because if she thought that there was nothing wrong with the relationship, she would own it. She'd be like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, what's wrong with that? But she does not own it, because even she knows that there's something wrong. So they're trying to justify it. It is wrong. And Mrs. J should be able to say it is wrong. I think that Mrs. J and Pelade are going to end up having a conversation. But I don't think that Peladi is the type of person that is willing to listen, because even with Noxie just ended up saying, you know what, let's just move on. I'm ready to move on. I'm tired of us talking about this. I'm ready for us to move on. She reached that point. Noxie reached the point where she was like, you know what, I'm ready to move on. And they moved on. That was Noxie. So I don't know if it's going to help for Mrs. J to talk to Peladi, because she's just caught in, herself. And the fact that she has supporters who are happy, there's nothing happy. Ayikho into edipho oyitholayo ku-Happy. And sometimes Happy confuses me, because she's a very successful businesswoman, but when it comes to dealing with these women, she's very surface in her friendships. And it makes me wonder ukuthi udila kanjani with business, because she's very successful in her business, but it doesn't feel like she's very she goes deep with her friendships. Everything seems like surface with her friendships. Lona or Happy. So, and now with Mrs. Mobs being gone, ngathi she is exposed Happy. With Mrs. Mobs being gone and Nunurai being gone, even though Nunurai Vele used to challenge, I wish that even though Mrs. Mobs is gone, that we could have Nunurai, because I think Nunurai would really, really expose Happy. And guys, trust me, if you were here last year when I was reviewing the Mommy Club, you would know that Happy was my absolute favorite person ever for this show. But I feel like she's getting exposed this time. She's very high schooly. She's very cliquey with her friendships. She doesn't become friends with somebody because she's immature in the way that she judges people in terms of who she chooses to become friends with. I think that she's choosing Peladi because Peladi Mohle, and they can all look cute together, but it's not they can have a deep friendship. That's why I said on that video that I can't wait for Vuyi to need or Happy, because I want to see if Happy is able to be a real friend to somebody, because I feel like we've seen Vuyi show up for Happy. I want to see, can Happy really show up for somebody? If Mrs. Mobs was around, it would have been nice, because Mrs. Mobs is going through a lot, and it would have been nice to see if Happy is able to show up for Mrs. Mobs, because remember, they were friends last season. So with Mrs. Mobs going through what she's going through, it would have been nice to see. First, it would have been nice to see, is Mrs. Mobs showing up for Happy? And then it would have been nice to see, is Happy showing up for Mrs. Mobs? So it's she chooses her friendships based on who can I look cute with, who is the, yeah. But yes, guys. Anyway, that's why I did this video, because I wanted to clarify that, you guys, that's why we are focused on the ladies, because it's the Mommy Club. Thank you so much. Class dismissed.